Greetings, X-fans. Are you ready to get savage? Because we're going to the Savage Land on today's episode of Uncanny, the mutant musings of Matt and Siz. This is the show where we discuss Marvel's Uncanny X-Men comic, all the way from 1975's giant-size X-Men #1 to the present day. My name is Matt. I write and draw Steamroller Man, a free webcomic that you can read online at steamrollerman.com. And this is my co-host, Siz, publisher of Sidrus Comics. Follow him on Instagram at Sidrus Comics AU. Hello, Siz.
Hello, how are you, Matt?
I'm good. Good
to hear.
I'm raring to go to talk about this issue because this one was really impressive.
Yes.
For me.
Yes. And it's the Savage Land. How can you go wrong? Seriously. I love the Savage Land in the X-Men lore. I have no idea if it matters anywhere else except for Kazar himself, but yeah. That's the only place I know is X-Men, so I'm assuming it's an X-Men thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it is actually because this issue has those little narration boxes that refer to an actual Kazar comic, and I don't know whether Kazar was sort of created outside of X-Men and then they just kind of tied it in to this or not.
That makes a lot more sense.
This was certainly the first time that I've ever read a whole adventure set in the Savage Land. Certainly, I've never read these original issues. I did read the story in the Jim Lee era in the 90s where they returned to the Savage Land. But yeah, I've never read this one before. And for any of our viewers who like when I discuss the art, I've got plenty to say about the artwork in this issue because it seems like, to me, I felt like this was like John Byrne giving like a masterclass in comic page composition. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to be saying about this issue is going to be about like the composition of these pages because I think it's incredibly well done.
And I just realized here it is. I never researched who did the cover, but it's Byrne and Austin. Cool.
And I just realized I didn't open up the issue on my iPad, so I'm just going to do that right now.
Yep, well, I'll go to the next page, and I'll do the intros of the people. Well, this is Visions of Death. And it's done by Chris Claremont and John Byrne, who are put together again by the last issue. So John must be getting involved in the story as well as the art.
Yeah.
Terry Austin is the inker. I'm not going to say all the weird words they use here, because I'll probably pronounce them wrong, like I do most words.
Yeah, so I had to look up.
Sorry?
It lists Chris Claremont and John Byrne as Rabelaisian raconteurs. So I had to look up what Rabelaisian meant. And
I thought they just made that up.
No, it refers to, I think it's a Renaissance era artist called Rabelais. And he was known for earthy, bawdy humor. So Rabelaisian is a word that means like to display earthy, bawdy humor. So there you go. Not that I think that's particularly in evidence in this particular issue, but it's a fun thing to call themselves.
Yeah, I just thought they'd made up a word. So we got Rick Parker, probably not related to Peter Parker, on the letterer. And I always get this one wrong. Fran Choice?
Francoise.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm miles off. Oh, hack that name.
Francoise.
Oh, man, I'm on fire.
French name.
Roger Stern is the editor, which I don't know if this is his first. The name doesn't ring a bell.
I think it is.
From last week. Oh, okay.
I think Roger Stern just took over as of this issue.
Okay. And Jim Shooter as the editor-in-chief. I like
good old dependable Jim Shooter.
because I remember all that from when I used to read it, having the editor-in-chief.
Yep.
I think I say that every time we've had the editor-in-chief.
Yep.
Editor-in-chief. So I'm very repetitive. You'll get used to it, folks. You'll get used to it.
Well, I have to say,
rock, and you'll be watching all of them.
You're not the only one guilty of that, because when I watch our past videos that we've done, and then, because we record this like 2 weeks in advance of when it drops, that's behind the scenes for all the viewers. But when I watch the older episodes as they drop, I realize, like, I said the same thing on that episode as I just said in the one we recorded 2 weeks later. So yeah, there is going to be repetition.
There is.
Try my best not to say the same things, but
yes. Matt will try his best. Siz will not try at all. I will just repeat myself, and that'll be how it goes. So yes, we've got. Oh, I've forgotten already. It's Sauron, isn't it?
Sauron.
Sauron.
Yeah.
Again, slash that name. With what is supposedly, I shouldn't say that because that ruins it, a dead storm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, he's taken her life force.
Yep.
And we've got old Cyclops saying stop. Did you want to say something about this page, by the way? Because it is awesome, I must say.
I was just gonna say this picks up directly after, like, this is moments after the cliffhanger from the previous issue 114. So yeah, nothing really to say about this page.
Although at first I thought Cyclops was pushing Wolverine, but that's just me. Wolverine, no, go forward. No, I don't think that's what he was saying.
Yes.
But yes, this is like, I mean, they've battled him before, so that's why Cyclops knows what the danger is.
Right.
And there's a little box somewhere that tells, it's not on this page, that tells you which issue it was. I actually went back. I didn't read it, but I sort of skimmed it. So
did I.
Oh, so did you.
The previous appearance of Sauron, you mean?
Yeah, and it's Angel that he hypnotizes.
Yes. Yeah, I went back and quickly read through that one too. Yeah. It was interesting. Neil Adams drew that one.
Oh, nice.
And I noticed he was doing some amazing layouts in that issue. So
yeah.
Anyway,
kind of seeing those kind of makes me regret that we started at Giant Size issue 1.
Yeah, I know. I'm sort of
back
feeling
at some
like
of the older ones than 94, and I've gone, oh, this would have been cool to look at this one as well. Maybe when we get to the end of this
when we get to the end,
2035,
exactly,
we'll go back to those.
Exactly. When we catch up to present day and we don't have any more comics to talk about in the line of X-Men, we can jump back and start from issue 1, not issue 75, or issue Giant Size X-Men issue 1, which would then be following 93. Yes, came between 93 and 94.
You might be, as an artist, you might be able to answer this.
Yeah.
The effect on his wing underneath, that it kind of reminds me of like the side of a pencil.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow black, like ink. And I'm like, how did they do that?
Well, I know that if I can look at it on my iPad's not loading it for some reason right now. I'm just going to try shutting my iPad down and then turning it on again. So I know that John Byrne and Terry Austin, this combination, they did do that. They did do like a tone sort of with that looks like the side of a pencil, but also they were also using like duotone, screen tone kind of letraset. It's sort of like it's on a sheet of sticky backed plastic, and it's just a dot pattern of
Oh,
a tone, right? Which
oh,
makes a gray tone. So it's like they call it screen tones. And what you would do is you stick the piece of plastic onto the artwork, and then with a little blade, you would cut it in the shape that you wanted to be gray. And
wow.
Byrne and Austin did that quite a lot. You'll see it on Storm's cape a lot. They do it almost
See, this is the first
always
time I've
on
noticed
Storm's
it.
cape. Yeah.
I think it's because he's green, so it really
Yep.
sticks out.
Yeah. I can't see it close enough on my computer screen right now. But
No, because it's a double page spread, so it's,
once my iPad restarts,
yeah, that's cool. But this is great. This is, Wolverine looks awesome in this.
Yeah, it's a great pose.
Going for the slash. I don't know why Banshee's trying to stop him, because I don't remember seeing him in that issue to know what he's about, unless he's maybe he's read up on him. Maybe he's read up on him. I don't know. Maybe he's a very studious student. And the rest are all like, Dinosaur Man, slash and slash.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. And Storm looking very lovely as a dead woman.
Yes, yes. Even in death.
Even in death.
I thought it was cool that they did the old Jack Kirby double page splash on page 2 and 3.
Oh, that's right. You've told me about that before.
It was something Jack Kirby would do all the time, which was full splash page on page 1, and then turn the page, and then it's a double splash image on page 2 and 3. So it really starts the comic off in a really exciting way for the reader. So pretty cool.
How's your iPad going?
Is it on? Yes, it's on. Let me see if I can open up.
I'm going to go to the next page while you open that up.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yep. So we've got old Wolverine fighting Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
And Sauron's very strong, apparently. Because, what does he say? Ice cold vice is what his grip's like. And he looks into his eyes and hypnotizes Wolverine. And next thing, Wolverine thinks that his teammates are demons.
Yeah.
Which isn't a very good place to be if you're one of the X-Men.
Right.
Wolverine thinks you're a demon. The
One
guy
thing
with
I thought,
balls can cut your guts open.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I thought was really interesting about this page was that we're really, and this issue in general, is we're really starting to see Wolverine's personality really take shape now. And as we go further into this issue, Wolverine's kind of like the central focus character, which hasn't really been the case in any of the issues so far since he was introduced.
I'll agree with that.
And so I wondered whether, because John Byrne is credited as, is kind of like the co-plotter, he and Claremont were listed in the credits as like storytellers, not writer and artist. It sort of makes me guess that since Wolverine is a Canadian character and John Byrne is also Canadian, that maybe John Byrne was influencing the stories and saying like, well, I really like Wolverine and I want to bring him to the fore in the stories. Because that's exactly what starts happening. And we all know how popular Wolverine became.
He was my favorite.
Yeah, exactly. He's everyone's favorite character. And I think we're actually starting to see the genesis of that here in this very issue. Because up until now, he was always sort of like a side supporting. Yeah, he's just like the grumpy side character who was just there to sort of chime in and say, I'll cut you. Rah, rah, rah.
That's all he ever
wasn't
did,
like,
wasn't it?
Yeah, he wasn't like the star of the show.
No.
And I really like the design of this page. how the central panel 3, where Wolverine's getting hypnotized by Sauron, is right in the middle of the page, and it's looking directly out at the reader. And it's also the smallest panel on the page. So all those things work together to sort of make it a focus panel on the page. Even though it is small, it's right in the middle and it's looking directly out at the reader. And it's also got this interesting thing where it's showing two directions at once. Like Wolverine's actually looking at Sauron, but this is an angle that's showing both of their eyes at once, which is not something a camera could do without like a special effects lens trick or something,
Yeah.
So
that is the panel I noticed the most, I must admit.
Yeah.
And I did like how they've taken two views and put it into one panel. And it works.
Totally.
Because you totally understand what's going on.
Yep.
There's no question about what's going on. Yep. And I love the design of these demons down the bottom, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Especially Cyclops. That's a cool Cyclops.
Yeah, that is cool that they gave the demon like one big glowing eye. Very clever. Really cool.
Cool. So off the next... Oh, do you want to have a look at that other page with the wing?
No, let's yeah, my iPad's still not loading.
Look, they're doing it on this page as well. There you go. So Wolverine's out for blood. And the 3 X-Men are like, oh crap.
One thing I liked about this page is so here's where I start talking about like composition. Mm-hmm. Panel 1 has this great widescreen panel, but it's tilted. The horizon is tilted, which the horizon is almost working. If you drew a diagonal line from the upper left corner to the bottom right corner, the horizon is going along that line. So that gives a real nice structure to the panel. But putting everything on the diagonal makes things feel more dynamic and exciting, because it's almost gives you the look of like the camera has been knocked off the stable horizontal aspect that a tripod would give you. So it gives more of a feeling of action. And then panel 2 contrasts that with a direct horizontal action, which is Cyclops' beam zapping Wolverine. So just the contrast between those two panels works really well. And then the flow of the panel, the diagonal of panel 1 leads right down into Wolverine in panel 2. And then you've got Cyclops' finger overlapping panel 2, which leads your eye down into panel 3, down his arm. And then because his arm is sort of half cut off by the panel border, that makes your eye move across the panel border into Sauron's wing. So just the way that the eye is led along the page is just really well done.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Masterfully done.
Is the first thing I look at in panel 2 when I'm reading it.
Yep.
Didn't even think of that. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then if you also look at panel 4, Banshee's body is sort of posed in like an L shape, and the feet are pointing, like the feet are coming up straight out of Cyclops' word balloon.
Oh, yep.
That overlaps, and then Banshee's arm is going up and curving around to the top, so that like Banshee's body is almost acting like an arrow to point the reader to the point where they're going to grab the page to turn it as they're reading. So it's all just really like, I thought it was just so well designed, such a well designed page.
Wow.
And
See, I
that's
don't
why I
notice
said,
stuff
like,
like that.
yeah, I mean, I'm noticing that all the time because,
Okay.
I'm trying to, I'm dealing with composition in my day job, and then doing a comic. I'm trying to master, how to compose a comic page and stuff. So I noticed all this sort of stuff, and
Of course.
it's done so well here that I just wanted to remark on that. So
Yeah. I just love Sean saying, "Are you mad? Did you have to?" And of course, he's about to say, "Did you have to hit him so hard?"
mm,
It's like, yeah, kind of did, or else you'd all be dead.
right, right, true.
But I like this. Um, Banshee gets the upper hand quite quickly,
Mm-hmm.
really showing off that he's quite powerful, considering Sauron like twisted and turned old Wolverine around like he was nothing.
Right. And you were mentioning, I think, in the previous episode about how Banshee's not in costume, and we both of us kind of assumed that the those big
Oh yeah,
the striped wings, like Banshee's costume is essentially like a wingsuit,
yeah.
um, and we both assumed that that was how he flew, is like he caught the air.
Yep.
But I guess not,
I guess
because
not.
he doesn't have the suit on and he seems to be flying
Quite
just
happily.
fine.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
exactly.
does. It does make me feel a little bit. It like jars me a bit because I always thought those things were what made him fly. It's like, why else would
Mm,
you have them? Why would
mm.
you put that on your costume if you didn't need them?
I think it's just a cool design.
Look at me. Um. Yeah, I liked it, and our Wolverine down the bottom there,
Hmm.
bashing poor old Nightcrawler
Right, even though Nightcrawler's trying to save him from drowning,
from drowning.
he's got his face in the pool.
Make sure Wolverine
Um,
and Storm are okay. So Cyclops says that even after Sauron said he's killed her. So
mm,
he
mm,
must know that his powers don't kill, but later on in the story he says how his powers kill. I don't know.
right.
I'm a little confused. This story did it was beautiful, it was Savage Land, awesome art, incredible art,
Mm.
not just awesome art. And great story, but there's just parts of it that are like what the? So yeah.
There
But we
do
always
seem
get
to
those
be.
in all of them.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say there do seem to be those parts in every single issue we've read so far.
But that's the fun part.
Yeah,
Is looking
exactly.
past the what there and just enjoying the story.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I really liked about this page's design was so if you look at the top half of the page, those first two panels are widescreen. They take
Mm-hmm.
up the entire width of the panel. And then the bottom half of the page is these tall, narrow panels. And I like how the scene shifts between those top widescreen panels and the bottom, like it's happening in a different part of the location. And so I think that was probably I don't know whether it was a conscious decision, but it works really well
It
to
does
kind of like
actually.
subconsciously suggest to the reader that, oh, the scene has shifted over to this part of the fight. I thought that was really cleverly done too.
Yeah, I can see that now. So I got a real sense that I, got, I didn't know why, but I got a sense that that was happening away from them,
Yeah,
not just
there's a lot
because
of
Cyclops is running.
there's a lot of stuff that goes into comic page design that you're not you're not necessarily supposed to be aware of it when you're reading. It's just
Yeah.
like it's supposed to be a subtle subconscious thing that you feel it, but unless you really like go in and you're like breaking down, okay, what did he actually do here? How would this page have been designed? Then you don't really notice it. I mean, I'm only noticing it because I'm going through and looking for stuff to actually talk about on each page.
See, I just read it and then hop on the show and listen to you talk about it.
No, I know. Well, the thing was, like with this one, like I read it through once and I enjoyed it so much, but there wasn't any of, I didn't feel like there was that much stuff like those weird logic inconsistencies and stuff that I sort of, like to make fun of in earlier issues. I thought this, as an issue, this one like read so well and just was such a smooth reading experience that at the end I was like, well, what am I going to say about this beyond I loved it? So that's when I went back and I was like, okay, maybe I can talk about this from like an artist sort of page design perspective.
I'll rip it apart for you, Matt.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll rip it apart. Ahead. No, but just for anyone watching, just realize I love this stuff. I just love also to laugh at the silliness of it as well.
Yeah, it's all part of the fun.
It's all part of the fun. But I love this particular scene where Cyclops turns just in time to save his life without even knowing he was doing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But my favorite bit of this page is where Wolverine's coming out of it.
Right.
He's going, hang on. She ain't alive. Because they all think she's dead in the volcano.
True.
And he's like, hang on. So he's starting to... I don't know if that's meant to be like his healing factor kicking in or something like that. Or if Sauron's thing doesn't last long. I don't know which it is.
I just read it as like it wasn't a long-lasting thing. It wasn't like a deep... it wasn't like a Professor X mind wipe kind of thing. It was more like an illusion that was meant to sort of just trick Sauron's opponent so he could kind of either get away or get the drop on them and attack them. So I just sort of, that's how I read it, was like, oh, it's almost like he's just sort of doing this trick, this mind trick on, like a Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
Right? From Star Wars.
See, I just went straight for healing factor because I'm just all about the
healing
factor.
Well, it could be. Like, you never know.
It probably isn't. It's just I always go for that whenever something happens with Wolverine. Oh, look at that. He's getting out of that mind wipe. He must be using his healing factor. And it's like, that makes no sense. No, shut up. It's healing factor.
That's his power that explains anything that is not explainable. It's like Magneto's magnetic force shield that can shield him from anything, even stuff that's not metal.
Even stuff that's not metal. Ah, dear.
The other thing, okay, so another art thing I wanted to mention on this page, the action on, again, with the horizontal versus vertical, like in the top part of the page, it's horizontal action, right? So Wolverine sees across the page and he sees the Cyclops demon attacking Jean, which is the illusion. And then Wolverine moves to Cyclops horizontally in panels 2 and 3, but then the bottom 3 panels are again those tall, short, those narrow, tall panels, and the action in all of those is vertical action.
Yes.
So it's really, like the panels suit the shape of the panels suit the nature of the action. And again, the actual figure drawing in every single panel is just so good and so well done. It's John Byrne, so what else can you say? So yeah, that's all I had to say on this one. Is just art good.
Doug wants to talk about the X-Men as well.
Come on in, Doug. Join the discussion.
He's probably saying that if Wolverine came up behind me and at least gutted me, I wouldn't be saying Wolverine. Just saying. Just saying. If I screamed anything out, it wouldn't be Wolverine. It'd be something that has to be censored in comics.
So how do you think he's saying that? When he says Wolverine, what's the tone of his voice?
Oh yeah,
Is he like,
he's screaming it.
Wolverine? Don't! Leave me alone!
Don't kill me!
What are you doing? Stop!
I like my guts. Yes. I love this one. The hammering old Sauron from either end. Oh, sorry. And we're almost at my favorite part of the whole issue.
But it's not on this page?
It's not on this page.
Mm.
The good old Colossus, not Cyclops, just putting it out there. Good old Colossus. So I'm just being a smartass now. Is saving Storm, I think. He missed all the action, so he doesn't have a clue what's going on.
Right.
So he's just like, oh, Storm's in the water. I better get her out. Yeah. You okay?
So, one thing that I wanted to say about the art on this page, it's, again, sorry to, be doing the same sort of thing on every page. But so one thing that they say about a comic page is, at least when you're reading a Western comic, a Western world English speaking comic, because we read left to right, right?
Yep.
So the action in the panels has to lead the eye in sort of like a zigzag pattern. So it goes left to right, but then it zigzags back down to the left panel in the second tier of panels. And then it goes across to the right again, but then it zigzags down to the left again in the bottom tier of panels, and then goes across to the right. This page is such a great example of that zigzag in the composition of the elements in each panel. So panel 1, Sauron's wing on the right side of the panel, his left wing, but on our right, it goes down and it almost merges with his wing in panel 2. So that leads your eye to panel 2. But then you've got Banshee shooting his sonic beam diagonally down, which that creates the zigzag motion, because the zigzag motion is then continued. Like, you can draw a line directly from Banshee's mouth in the top right corner all the way down to Cyclops in the bottom left corner of panel 3. So that creates that zigzag. And then again, Sauron's wing in panel 3 feeds your eye across to the right into his wing on panel 4. And then the other wing, like the not the black one in the background, but the green one in the foreground, that feeds down into the bottom tier of panels. And then from there, we're just moving across with, because you then read left to right, and we've already been, our eye has been led to the bottom tier of panels. So I just thought that was really so well designed in terms of where John Byrne was placing the characters and the lines of action, basically, of the characters' limbs and stuff to lead your eye from panel to panel. It's just like really masterful work. And John Byrne was only 28 when he was doing this. So, really, like, just a guy who was top tier talent from a young age, I think.
Yeah, big time.
So, really great stuff.
Yeah, I guess I don't notice that, because that's the whole point. If you're doing it well, people don't notice it. They just read.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like the hidden art of comic, drawing, like comics.
Lettering. Is that?
Yeah. Exactly.
If you notice it, it's been done wrong.
Right. Exactly.
Now, my favorite page.
It's coming up to your favorite page, so it looks like at the bottom of this page, Sauron is actually ambushing Peter and grabbing his, and sort of, because Sauron's thing is he absorbs power from other mutants, right? Something like that?
Life force and mutants give him power.
Oh, right. Yes, got it. Okay.
Yeah, because apparently he can absorb life from just normal people too.
But
But
the
he doesn't waste his time with that because it doesn't give him invincible
right.
powers.
So it's the mutant power that actually turns him into the pterosaur
That's
form.
my
Is that
understanding.
how it
That's
works?
my
Okay.
understanding. That's why he
Right.
started off in last issue as a human
As a human.
until he
Right.
absorbed Storm's powers.
Oh, that's right.
And then he
Okay.
shifted
Got it.
into this.
Yep. Okay. Got it.
And then
Cool. Oh no. What's going to happen?
I love this. Just Colossus being awesome again.
Oh, yeah.
Change. Boof, blows him back with all the power from the change. And
Yeah.
this is
That
where it
was
gets
cool.
weird. This is where it gets really weird.
It's interesting. Like one thing that I thought about this page in particular is this is like a common trope in like science fiction and also superhero stuff is like when a character has the power of draining power from something or someone else. It's a very common uh, like way of solving that problem is, oh, we're just going to give him more power than he can stand, like let's
Yes.
overload him. And so that's
That's
exactly
true.
what's
That's
happening
true.
here.
That's what's happening here. But
Yeah.
I just love that it's Colossus changing into his metal form that gives off all that power. Because I never really thought of it as energy when he does it. I just
Right.
thought, he's flesh and he turns into metal. But
So
this really shows that there's an energy to it.
yeah, yeah, and I like the Kirby Crackle
Oh yeah.
drawing in panel 2 to show that energy. It is kind of interesting though that so mutants' powers give Sauron his dinosaur form, but then too much power turns him back into a human, which was
Oh,
a
that's a
little
good point.
bit
Yeah. I didn't
like it
even think of
doesn't
that.
knock him out unless it does knock him out and that's what
That's what
turns
he
him
introduces.
back
Yeah.
into human. I don't know. It was just something that I was like,
I didn't even think about that. I was too busy
okay,
with the next page and just going, what the
yeah,
hell?
because he does. So he turns back into a human. Oh, we see him actually transforming
Yeah, he actually
in the
gets
bottom
like half and half
panels.
in this
Now
second
we
last
were
panel.
talking last episode when we first encountered Sauron about his origin, in terms of like how he was created. And we talked about how originally they wanted to make him a vampire,
Oh, that's
but
right.
because of the comics code, sort of forbidding comics that depicted like werewolves, vampires, and ghouls, I think was the other
Cool.
like
That's classic.
strange choice. Um, it made me wonder where, and so they picked a creature that had bat-like wings, which was
Yep.
this
Makes sense.
pterosaur type looking character. But it made me wonder, like, so was the original plan to make him a giant bat creature like DC's Man Bat character,
Oh, yeah.
or was he just going to be like a Dracula, like a normal looking dude, but
Curious
who
about
just
that
had
now, too.
fangs? I mean, I guess we'll never know. It's just something that I
Mm.
wondered, like, if we hadn't gotten this unique pterodactyl looking guy, would he have been kind of just like Man Bat from
Mm.
DC?
Well, it's original, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it really is an original character design. And so it's a good example of how just like the circumstances that they were forced into actually forced them to be even more creative
Yeah.
and come up with something even more original than maybe their first idea would have been.
And I just noticed what I didn't notice the first time I read this.
Mm.
Sauron, or oh god, I forget his name now. Saying changing, thank God. And it's
Right.
like, oh, he doesn't like being Sauron. Sauron.
No. So he's only evil when he becomes Sauron. When he's human, he's actually he doesn't have that sort of evil tendencies. He's just a guy. He's kind of like the Hulk, I guess, in a way, where
I'm going to go
he
back
doesn't.
to the last issue and check why he even absorbed the power to turn into him in the first place. What was going on there? Unless it was some sort of like, I must get the power or something like that. I don't know. I've got to go back now to the previous issue. Check that out.
Yeah, that's
not
a good
right now.
question. Right. Right, not right now.
Wolverine's about to gut him.
In the middle of a show.
Yeah, in the middle of the show. Okay. Concentrate, Shane. Concentrate. Siz.
Oh no, your secret's out.
My secret's out. And then Kaiser!
Wow, look at that. Look at that.
Lord of the Savage Land. That's an awesome page.
Yeah. What an entrance, right? Like, to flip the page, that would have been, like, I looked at the page numbers, and this would have been an even numbered page. So you flip to it, right? When you when you're reading like a paper copy of the actual comic. So what a great entrance for Kazar to flip the page to this image. It's just such a cool comic book type character entrance, I thought. And he's with Zabu, his saber-toothed cat.
Where did you say that? I didn't catch that.
Oh, you didn't know what his cat's name is? I don't know whether they mention it in this issue, but his cat's name is Zabu.
Oh, okay. They probably do somewhere, and I just didn't notice it. His name is Carl. How ordinary. I turn into a deadly creature. Let go of Carl. So that's funny. Sorry to all the Carls out there. It's a lovely name.
So this clearly shows us that Cyclops has met Kazar before, but he has to warn Wolverine, like, wait, this is good. This is a friend of mine. He's a good guy, because Wolverine has not met Kazar before. Wolverine and the newer X-Men, this is all new to all of them.
I love the background. You got a little tiny Nightcrawler, little Colossus, little Storm. So Storm's standing. So you're like, oh, she's not dead.
Right. Yeah, it's just another great example of like the detail that Terry Austin puts into the inks. Like even at such a small scale on the page, he's still putting a lot of detail into.
And like you've said before,
Yeah, go ahead.
In print, that probably would have looked like garbled mess.
Probably.
Well, not mess, but it would have been hard to make out what it was.
Yeah, it would have washed out a bit, I think, just because the ink
small enough. If that was on a printed page,
it would have been. It would have looked a bit blurry, I think, because the ink would absorb into the newsprint paper. So it definitely wouldn't have been as crisp and clear as it is here on the digital.
Very nice. I'm loving the digital.
Yep.
Can't believe I just said that. I love the little... Oh, sorry. I used to be one of those guys going, I'll never read digital. Never.
Right. Yeah.
I love the small paper. Give me the newsprint.
Yeah, me too.
Of the week.
Yep.
Oh, dear. I love this, how they're saying that Wolverine and Storm are still giving him daggers. Old Carl.
Yes.
Across the fire going, you tried to kill me.
Yeah. So this is now later. Like they've all been taken by Kazar back to their camp. And now we have the obligatory recap page. This is not recapping the previous issue as much as it's recapping the last time the X-Men saw Sauron and Kazar and the Savage Land. And this is the issue that we were talking about earlier that we both went back and had a look at. The reason why I wanted to look at it was because it talks about Sauron, who I can't remember his civilian name when he's not in dinosaur form.
Carl.
But his name is Carl.
Yeah, his name's Carl. Carl
I
Lycos.
thought you were joking.
No, I was serious. That's his name. Carl.
Right.
Carl Lycos? Lycos?
Yeah, Carl Lycos. That's right. I remember his last name was Lycos. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, he kind of fell off a cliff, or he jumped off a cliff, kind of trying to kill himself. But then he didn't die. He just landed on a ledge. So this is one of the examples of like death in comics is never permanent unless you see the body. Like if it's just like, oh, they fell down a hole or they went into a dimensional portal, they'll be back.
Know.
Like
with the X-Men, even if you see the body, that's still don't mean
nothing. True. That's true. Even if you see the body, doesn't count.
The body.
Yep, that's true. But yeah, so I went back to that old X-Men issue just to see like how this flashback and this recap page compared to the original story, and it's pretty much beat for beat. Like it's a really good summation of that issue in a few panels. Like it really gives you everything you would need to know, even if you hadn't read that issue. So yeah, very well done, I thought.
Yeah. So unless Tanya, his dear love, is a mutant, he's saying here that he was going to absorb her life to save his own.
Oh, right.
So I just assumed she wasn't a mutant, but then now I'm going, hang on, she was in the mansion. Why was she in the mansion? Maybe he can only do mutants. I don't know. I'm confused now. I'll have to look up what Tanya is. If she's a mutant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that was a good recap. Oh, yeah. The recap continues.
So now it becomes a recap of what happened to Sauron next. So this is now stuff that we haven't seen. Like, I think all this stuff is new. Now it's just almost like a flashback for, that just informs the reader and the X-Men. Like, and then I came to the Savage Land, and then I met this woman called Zaladane, who was like this priestess for this other dude, this god. So it gets very esoteric and very fantasy kind of genre here. And I am sure that this whole thing, the Savage Land and Khazar and all this, is Marvel Comics' tribute to the works of Edgar Rice Burroughs, who created Tarzan, and he also created John Carter, Warlord of Mars. Oh. But one of his lesser known things was these adventures in an what do you call it? Like a hollow earth. It was like a hollow earth kind of story.
Oh, wow.
Called Pellucidar. I wrote it down. Yeah.
I was going to say, how did you read that?
Yeah. I went on Wikipedia and I looked up Edgar Rice Burroughs, because at first I was like, I just wanted to make sure that Edgar Rice Burroughs, because I remembered, Tarzan was Edgar Rice Burroughs. So I first went on to Wikipedia just to verify that. And then as I started reading about all the other things that he had written during his lifetime, I saw I think he did like 2 or 3 novels, which were about this adventurer who found he used like a digging vehicle to go underground, and he found this whole underground land. It's basically like the Savage Land. Like it's exactly like the Savage Land.
Wow. So they're kind of a nod to him.
Yeah, so I think that this whole thing is very Edgar Rice Burroughs influenced, and I would love it if anyone in our viewing audience knows whether or not that is the case. Please leave a comment.
Yes.
Because I really want to know. So leave a comment if you know.
And if I'm remembering correctly, I know Zaldane.
You do?
Yes.
Where
I'm pretty
from?
sure she's the priestess in comics in the 80s or 90s who messes around with Lorna.
Okay.
Polaris. Polaris,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, Polaris.
Polaris, that's it. Oh, it's called Polaris. I don't know why I do that. I do it with every word. What am I talking about? I butcher everything. Yeah, and messes with her powers, and she ends up super strong instead of magnetic powers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and green hair. Oh, hang on, she always had green hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
That's
becomes like
interesting.
spiky green hair.
Yeah. I really like the design of Zaladane. Like her
It's different from
hair,
the version I saw.
like look at the lines on her hair. That's very like it's almost like these graphic shapes. Rather than making it look like realistic hair. It's almost like something Jack Kirby would have done,
Oh
where
yeah.
it's just lines and squiggly kind of shapes. And I
Looks
also
cool.
like that she's got this like regal cloak with these it's fur or feathers or something on the around the collar. It's just such a cool design, and so it looks like that she's going to be like the next major threat for the X-Men coming up in this little story. Given that we're only on, I think, page 12 or 11 or 12 of this issue, so
12.
there's still a fair bit of story to go. So I think we're now being introduced to like, and here's the next big challenge of the
Yep.
X-Men now
Well,
that they're in the Savage Land.
the Rock Dude is definitely the
Yeah,
challenge when you see him on
yeah,
the next page.
yeah.
What do they call him again? The Petrified Man?
He's Garrock, the Petrified Man. So so here we see the origin of Garrock, the Petrified Man, and he was just some innocent guy by the looks of
Yeah, I
things.
was going to say
That
just some
she,
dude who ended up in the Savage Land.
yeah, and she sacrifices him to sort of become the vessel for her god, which is Garrock, the Petrified Man. And so he turns into this kind of, I don't know, it looks like he's rock. He's made of rock.
Yeah, it looks rock, but then they call him Petrified, so that kind of makes sense for the look they're going for.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. He's a cool looking character, though.
And he looks very familiar, so I think he's come up again in comics I've read. Because he
Yeah.
looks
So
very familiar for some reason.
I wondered whether this was all like, is this new or is it recapping something that was in, because there was a Kazar comic in the 1970s.
Of course.
And I wondered whether, is this one of those examples of the sort of cross-referencing that Marvel Comics used to, do all the time, where they would sort of, they'd continue a story in Avengers, and it would sort of just pop up a little detail would pop up in X-Men, which we saw a couple of issues ago, where Beast came and found the X-Men at the circus. Beast is in the Avengers at this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, this all seemed really cool to me. Like, it's so over the top. Like, the story is so like pulpy and just extreme escapism type stuff, and very much in the groove of like 1970s Marvel comics. So, which is one of my favorite eras of comics, because they were just trying so many like bonkers ideas all at once too. It was just such a weird and incredibly like creative and experimental time at Marvel, and so it made me really want to find some Kazar comics on the app and read some Kazar comics.
I want to go
Sound
back
crazy.
and see like a crossover of some sort that's not labeled as a crossover.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
There's a bigger extended story of what happened between this and that.
It certainly has that feel.
Yeah, because it's like it's just
Yeah, yeah. Be interesting to look on the app, the Marvel Unlimited app,
yeah. I'll look after
to
this.
see. Yeah, very cool, very cool.
Oh, she's oh, Didn't do that. But this is see, this is probably where you need to read the Khazar comic, because it's something very weird happening here that they don't really explain too well.
Yes.
It's like this has to be a bigger story.
With that city appearing on the horizon with the weird planets in the sky and all that.
And flying sharks. I love
flying sharks. That was so cool.
That's awesome. And
that's what made me think, like, I really got to read some Khazar comics, because flying sharks, like, it doesn't get cooler than that.
Yeah.
And also, like, that city in the distance, that's got a real feel of Edgar Rice Burroughs as well, like John Carter of Mars. Feels kind of like that. So yeah, it's really interesting mix of influences that's going on in the 70s. So yeah, it's cool stuff.
I didn't realize how full on her cloak is.
Yeah, that's a great view of it. See, like it's so wide and big. It looks awesome.
How doesn't she trip over it? How doesn't he trip over it?
Yeah, how does she get around wearing that? And she had to walk all the way through the jungle.
Oh yeah, of course. Ah, dear. Oh, there you go. Khazar 20 is where all this happens.
There you go.
So I'm going to look that up now, because I'm curious if it's more than one issue.
Yeah.
Like more than one issue.
Just the fact that there was a Khazar comic and it went for at least 20 issues.
Oh, that is pretty.
That's cool. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
This is more than a year worth. Yeah. Pretty cool.
This is a taste of what's going on over there.
Yep.
I love it. I don't quite understand what's going on with his eyes and making everything disappear and whatever. I think they explained it, but I didn't quite grasp it. But whatever. He won, they lost.
I mean, he is a god.
He is a god, so he can just do stuff.
Yeah, he must just have like these godlike powers. I wondered that as well. It was like, well, what exactly are his powers? Because he seems to be doing a lot of strange stuff. And then I was just like, I guess he's a god, so he can just
do whatever he wants.
Do whatever the story calls for.
And your explanation of Sauron originally going to be a vampire, I was like, is that why they throw in this story here that they almost died at the hands of the Shi'ar vampire race?
Right.
Like, is that in his comic and it's a coincidence? Or if they've thrown that in as a bit of he was going to be a vampire?
That's an interesting question.
Because there's no reference, there's no go to or anything like that. But I mean, they already told us to go to 20, so
yeah. Very interesting.
And old Carl's got his gun, which Sauron never used.
I did like that part of his design, though, that he's like, not only is he a dinosaur man, but he's also wearing like a gun belt and a holster and a gun belt with a gun in it, which I thought was like cool. Okay.
It is cool, and I'm pretty sure they keep that design.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking that was cool.
Now at the end of this page, like this page makes it seem like, Garrock, the petrified man, is really the villain that the X-Men are going to face with Khazar until we get to the very bottom of this page. In the bottom corner, you see just a little no. And who could that be?
Wolverine's face. I love the look on Wolverine's face. It's like, it sounds like my kind of face.
Yes.
I just love that Sean or Banshee's saying the same thing.
Yeah. They're all in.
They're like, let's get him.
Yep.
And good old Cyclops ruins the fun.
Cyclops is a naysayer, as usual.
The way the way they've done that speech bubble is almost like he's like growling and demonic when he's saying, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, what happened to Wolverine? He doesn't like
That's
being
cool.
told no.
That's a good representation of, like that's a cool lettering thing that
Yep.
it makes the feel of his tone of voice, like you can almost hear it, that it is exactly what you said, like his voice shifts down into a growl kind of sound. I thought that was really cool. Now I got to call out Cyclops here
Uh-oh.
for saying, like, well, no, we can't help these people. We got to go back and check on Professor X. So, point number one, they've been in the Savage Land for a couple of weeks. At this point, you would think Cyclops would be like, guys, let's go. We got to get out of here. Like, why did he wait 2 weeks or more? Could be more, but we know it's been at least a couple of weeks before he said, like, guys, like, as soon as you can stand, we've got to get back to check on Professor X. And then on top of that, I just thought, would Professor X do the same for them? He's probably on another vacation.
I was going to say,
he's always going on holiday.
The figure.
Right. Well, I think that's just another, like, example of the weird codependent relationship that Cyclops has with Professor X. That Professor X can do no wrong in Cyclops' eyes, but he is, like, the most, like, uncaring, unsympathetic, non-compassionate father figure that someone could have.
Well, he has been to date. Chris Claremont might change that.
Maybe.
Who knows? Because
you never know.
If old Chuck didn't keep going on holidays, we'd find out.
Exactly. Exactly. So I just wanted to bring that up because as soon as Cyclops said that, I was like, wow, really? You're still on board for Professor X, even though he is most likely on some, cruise with Lilandra, or he's gone to a villa in the Swiss Alps with Lilandra or something,
Going, oh no, where are my X-Men?
Right.
Here, let me comfort you.
Right, Lilandra's like, do you think, Charles, you should check on the X-Men? And he's like, they're fine. Okay, what next?
Oh dear. We make fun of it, but it's not fun in games. Serious stuff, the X-Men. Serious stuff. I take it very seriously. I do love this, that they're getting to where they're meant to be escaping from the Savage Land. They're being taken somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the Savage Land, so I don't know where they're being taken when I was reading this until, of course, when I read it.
Right.
And there it is. The boats are frozen over. That's the way out.
Right.
And I just love this bit here with Nightcrawler and Wolverine. It's like, we can't get home. Stuff it. Let's have a snow fight.
Yes, I thought that was kind of...
That was really weird, but I still liked it. I don't know what... It showed that Nightcrawler's a really playful fella. Yeah. And it shows that Wolverine's starting to make good friends with him. Because it wasn't like, I'm going to kill you and gut you. It was like, yeah, come on, first one buys the beer.
Yeah, the fact that he had a snowball thrown in his face and didn't fly off the handle and immediately pop his claws shows personal growth for Wolverine, I think. Like, he's actually, as you said, like, he's learning that these are his friends and you can just relax a bit around these people.
Well, I saw it as a Nightcrawler, because I think that's been building in all the issues, this Nightcrawler Wolverine thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, he gives him, like, little, like, he gives him nicknames, but you can kind of tell that it's, like, it's not a dig, it's a, you're my mate type of thing. And this just shows it, like, in bucket loads, this particular 2 panels. 3 panels.
Yeah. I think you're right.
That's what I saw anyway.
Yeah, I think Nightcrawler always has been sort of a very compassionate character, and he is sort of while being like a swashbuckling, fun-loving character, he also cares about his teammates a lot. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think it's cool that it's the gesture is taken in the spirit that it was given. You know.
But yeah, that's what I saw it as a bonding. But yeah, you
Yeah.
might be right. It might just be a whole. He's starting to get used to the team being his family.
Mm.
I just saw it as a personal thing between those two.
Yeah.
I've just noticing little things, so that's why I read into it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Cool. So yeah,
next
this is the cliffhanger ending of this thing where I don't know what's going to happen next. Like as a reader, when I got to the end, I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't know what was going to happen next
yeah, it's
because
like
now it's like, why has the Savage Land, which is normally like this temperate jungle climate, now, even though it is in Antarctica,
yeah,
it seems to be taking on the climate of the rest of Antarctica now. So
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
bit of a mystery that will be revealed next issue.
and yeah, I just love that. For the Savage Land, it is death.
Mm,
So it's like, ooh, this is serious. And you're like, yeah, but they still want to get home, so they're not going to save. They're not going to help him.
right.
But the boats are frozen, so how can they get out?
Yeah.
It's a big dilemma.
Yep.
And Storm's not doing anything about the storm. Come on, Storm. That's your powers, for God's sake.
That's the one thing I thought was,
You
couldn't
stop
Storm do
like
something? Yeah, exactly. Like her whole thing is weather. Like, couldn't she just?
the next issue I say it even more.
Mm,
So next week you'll get to find out how much
yeah.
I just make fun of Storm.
Mm.
Um, yeah,
Well,
so that's the end.
that's the end of this episode.
Now I'm going to try to guess one of the band names.
Oh, go ahead. I only have one
Petrified
choice
Man?
for you, so it makes it more difficult.
Is it Petrified Man?
No, but that actually would have been good. I don't know. I was off my
As
game
soon as
here.
I said his name, I went, "Oh, it's a band name."
I think I was reading this one late at night, and so when I got to the end of this issue, I was like, I gotta find band names now. I don't know. Like, I really didn't want to do it. So I only found one because I was like
Okay,
looking
fair enough.
through and I was like, there's
So
nothing.
it's a choice
This issue
between
has
Petrified
nothing.
Man and your one.
Okay, Petrified Man. I like that.
Yep.
My choice was on page 12, God Birth.
Ooh.
So that's when Zaladane is explaining
I
that
see that.
she's
That's a really cool.
sacrificing. Yeah, it's somewhere around here, I think. Is that 12? Page 12, or is it the previous one?
Oh, it's 13.
Yeah, there you go.
God Birth.
Right at the bottom
God Birth.
corner.
So I thought, thing to say.
Yeah, God Birth is sort of a strange sounding.
Today begins God Birth.
So that's my pick for band name, but I like yours better. So I'm going to say you win.
Okay. Woo! Woo! I'll do a little lap around the computer table.
Yay.
Awesome. Petrified Man it is.
Yes.
I really seriously thought that's what you had.
No.
Because as soon as I heard it, I went, oh, that's a band name for sure.
No, that's a good one. That's better than God Birth, I think.
Well, that's issue 115 done.
Mm-hmm.
So next week... Oh, hang on. Well, first, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm ready to jump right into the end there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Much appreciated. If you've got any comments, whack them in the comments. Like and subscribe. That would be awesome. My computer keeps beeping. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Sorry about that. I have an app that I turn off and it doesn't turn off. I don't know what that's all about.
I can even hear it. Yeah,
you can hear it. Yeah, it's so stupid. It's off and it's beeping. I don't know. It's a guy telling me he's eating breakfast. That's whatever.
Okay.
I won't go into that. But yeah, so yeah, stay tuned to the channel for more uncanny conversations where you'll see me mispronounce many words and Matt give an awesome intro to each one. So look forward to that next week, and go back and watch the back issues, back episodes, because we've got quite a few now.
Yeah.
So
and I will say we recently crossed the 1,000 subscriber threshold. So thank you very much, everyone who's subscribed.
Thank you.
We love you all.
I was going to
so much. That's a real milestone.
Yeah, I was going to scream that at the beginning until I forgot. I got so into the comic.
So that means that the next goal is 2,000 subscribers. So
2,000.
Help us get there. If you know somebody who would enjoy this show, please introduce them to it by sending a link, and maybe they'll become a subscriber too.
Yeah, with any luck. They can watch us make fun of comics and ourselves.
Yep.
Mostly myself. The comics are serious. I don't make fun of them. Why am I looking at the comic? So next week, we're doing 116, issue 116.
Yep.
We're going to find out what's going on with the Savage Land. We're going to find out if the X-Men just go, stuffy as we're going home to Professor X, or do they stick around and try to help them with the snowstorm, however they can do that. Storm! And until then, I'm Siz. You can find me on Instagram at Citrus Comics AU. And Matt, where can we find you online?
Please go to steamrollerman.com and read Steamroller Man. It's all for free online. So, yep.
Cool. Well, see you next week when we get to find out what the heck happens.
Awesome.
See you, everyone. See you, Matt. See you next week.
All right. See you, Siz. I'll see you next week.